Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
For when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, next day,
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Thursday, September 7, 2023, the 19th anniversary of Hurricane Ivan. In the headlines, MIT minister says Molyneux project needed redesigning. Grenadians reflect on Hurricane Ivan 19 years later. Eastern Main Road Bus Transport Association president says current bus fare is not new. Unauthorized boats to be removed from the lagoon. Also in the news regionally, lawyer for teen in Madia Domfa in Ghana to move to High Court. Internationally, New York City schools planning for influx of migrant students. Plus in the sports news, CONCACAF Nations League action in Grenada. Hello from Television Center at GBN. We'll be back with the details.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening, I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. What is happening with the Molyneux project? Well, during the last sitting of the House of Representatives, opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell hinted that the project was stalled. Renapet Thomas visited the site on Thursday.
As you can see behind me, there seems to be no ongoing work at the Molyneux slippage project. Heavy equipment is on standstill and no workers on site. So why is the project on halt? We spoke to Minister for Mobilization Andy Williams for an answer.
The first design we had from for the Molyneux project, it did not take into consideration the top of the hill that's by the road. So what happened is that some months ago, one of the water lines, the major water line burst, and the water went, it sprayed on top, and it has some of the debris coming down in full. So, but besides from that, you have debris coming down from time to time. Now, the second design that we are doing, that have just been completed, it took into consideration the debris coming down from on top. So, basically, we had to redesign the whole project, and because of this, the project had to be halted for the time.
The minister further explained that the new design is now complete and work will soon commence on the project.
So the redesign is finished, and part of the redesign had to do with adding more piles to the road. So the piles are on the port now. We cleared some already, and we are in the process of clearing the others. When the pile is when we have completed clearing the piles, then you can look at work being started on the road. But basically, we had to do that because, if we had went with the first design, it would not have been proper, and we wanted to do a proper work on the Molyneux Road so that we do not have to go back there again, to do anything. So right now we are confident that the engineers who redesigned the project did a proper job, and in my opinion, it's a better design than the first one.
Williams said the project will be completed in January 2024.
Engineers from all over Grenada to look at the plan to really give their view on it, and they were satisfied with the new design that we have. So we are aiming to complete the project in Molyneux in January coming. It costs a little more, but we think it's all for the better good of the project and the road. So MIT and the Ministry of Infrastructure met, and we decided to engage the residents. So in a week or two, we will be going out in the communities, talking to the people, and letting them know exactly what is the case with the Molyneux Road. But they can be rest assured that we are working speedily to ensure that the implementation is on time.
Meanwhile, 2 residents in the Molyneux area spoke of the inconvenience the delay has caused.
Basically, the people who live in the Northwest constituency, we are struggling in terms of the road with transportation and so forth, and at this present moment, as the project is a hold-up, it's a kind of hassle for the people who live in the constituency at the moment. And to me, I find it's a hiccup to the people who live on the Northwest side.
Well, I hear a lot of different things from people, but my personal view is just that things just moving a little slow.
The Molyneux Land Slippage Restoration Project is part of the over $30 million Western Corridor project. The Molyneux Road was closed in 2019 due to significant land slippage and was deemed unsafe for motorists and residents in the area to pass. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Close to 2 decades later, as Grenadians reflect on the devastating impact of Hurricane Ivan, there's a view that it served as a wake-up call for Grenada and other Caribbean nations. Ivan is said to have highlighted the importance of disaster preparedness, early warning systems, and robust infrastructure to mitigate the effects of future hurricanes. Christina John reports.
How to mitigate risk is one aspect of disaster preparedness people should be educated on. That's according to former National Disaster Coordinator Sylvan McIntyre. His comments came as Grenada observes the 19th anniversary since Hurricane Ivan demolished the country, claiming 34 lives in the process.
Psychologically, otherwise, some people are still having the effects of 19 years ago, I think it is, since Hurricane Ivan. Yes. September 7th. It was the second day of school for my son who entered secondary. One of my sons entering secondary school. A Tuesday it was actually, second day. And so that trauma for a lot of people still exists. And so lest we forget, we need to be reminded of how we can mitigate those risks of having to face natural impacting hazards that creates disasters and how our society would heal from them. So that aspect of it, we don't want to lose this, and we're hoping that on September 7th, that day also could be commemorated with information as to how people can mitigate their risk going forward generally. So,
Hurricane Ivan originated as a tropical wave off the coast of Africa in late August 2004. It quickly intensified and developed into a Category 5 hurricane, with wind speed reaching up to 165 miles per hour or 270 kilometers an hour. The storm then weakened slightly before making landfall in Grenada as a Category 3 hurricane. The effects of Hurricane Ivan on Grenada was devastating, with extensive damage to homes, schools, hospitals, and other critical infrastructure. The island's power and water supply systems were severely disrupted, leaving residents without basic amenities for an extended period. The agriculture sector, a significant source of income for many Grenadians, suffered immense losses. The hurricane destroyed crops, including nutmeg, cocoa, and banana plantations, creating a long-lasting impact on the island's economy. Furthermore, Hurricane Ivan caused widespread environmental damage. The storm uprooted numerous trees and caused significant soil erosion. The coastal areas were particularly affected, with erosion and loss of beaches becoming major concerns for the island's tourism industry. According to reports, approximately 60,000 people were left without a shelter. The financial cost of the disaster was estimated at more than US $900 million, more than twice the country's gross domestic product at the time. On this anniversary of the passage of Hurricane Ivan, there is still evidence of its destruction, most noticeable in the dilapidated remnants of the former Parliament building and Governor General's residence. Christina John, GBN News.
Hurricane Ivan caused extensive damage to homes, schools, hospitals, and other critical infrastructure. The island's power and water supply systems were severely disrupted, leaving residents without basic amenities for an extended period of time. According to reports, approximately 60,000 people were left without shelter. GBN roved the streets of the capital on Thursday, September 7, the 19th anniversary of Hurricane Ivan.
Ivan for me was a surprise because we had a few hurricane warnings before, and nothing much came out of it. We were spared. However, Ivan came to me like it came with a rage. And but at least my home, the house didn't fall, but the roof went, and outside around the house was blocked with debris and galvanized and so from other houses.
Hurricane Ivan was more or less a disaster, you know that. I was, well, yeah, it was a real disaster. We get our place destroyed, and you know, when the distribution came about, we got almost nothing at all from the people who was distributing, and so it was a hard time for us. But nevertheless, we recover and we okay now.
Sleep on my kitchen counter and give my neighbors my bed to sleep. Kitchen counter and give my neighbors my bed to sleep on. They had a young baby and so on, and that's what I did. The house fell down very early in the game, and they came over by me frantically, knocking on my door, and I didn't have a choice.
It was a day of real calamity for me, and well, my house got damaged very bad. What I could say about Ivan? Ivan was just a terror. That's all I could say about it. But thank God we are all here still.
But God took us through.
Standing in the veranda, and I noticed that when I look over the other side of Lamod, I noticed that trees was coming down, and all the leaves from the trees just disappearing. You know, and they say it wasn't heavy wind, it was, what do you call it?
Many are of the belief that significant strides were made post-Hurricane Ivan.
We've done well. I can give us a tap on the back. I find we build back better in some cases, yes. And the insurance companies made a vast contribution towards the rebuilding because a lot of property insurance was paid. Over $600 million was paid by insurance companies. So that was a good contribution to help the government build back. But I didn't hear much in compliment went to the insurance companies. But by virtue of me being an insurance agent, I have knowledge of that. God be the glory. We are alive. Bottom line.
Thank you.
But I don't want another hurricane.
Thank God for life. I'm still alive to what happened, you know. A lot of people lost their houses and lost most of the things. And what I lost in my house is just a few shingles from the house. I was very Okay.
I'm grateful because none of us actually got hurt. Even the animals, just one animal that got damaged, but it didn't die, a calf. So, despite of the surprise it might have been for me, it was an experience that I will not forget, but I'm very grateful to God that He spared the lives of most Grenadians. And material things went, but people survived.
Other news, Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Andy Williams, is warning that the relevant authority will move unauthorized boats in the lagoon in the vicinity of the Karani James Boulevard should the proper procedure not be taken. Rena Thomas has this report.
After months of cleaning and revitalizing the Kirani James Boulevard and its immediate environs, removing abandoned boats and other debris, Minister for Mobilization Andy Williams said they are once again seeing unauthorized boats being placed in the area. According to Williams, his ministry has not issued permission to any boat owners as no one reached out to them seeking permission to place the boats there.
Well, I've seen a boat on the lagoon road. I understand there's 2 or 3 boats there now. No one came to MIT, no one told us about it. We have just seen the boat on the lagoon, and it's kind of disturbing to me because what I'm saying is that if someone want to dock up the boat to do something, all they have to do is just come to the Ministry of MIT and just ask for permission to do it. A gentleman in the past did it and we gave him permission. He fixed his boat, he brought it back down to the water, and that was it. So for someone to just go and put the boat there without even informing us, I think that's not what we want to encourage. So if no one claims the boat or they come to the ministry, the boat will be tagged under the Visible Transformation Project and it will be brought to perseverance. So we're asking the person to please reach out to us and let's have a discussion before we take steps, to really get rid of the boat on the lagoon.
Williams said his ministry welcomes anyone who wants to start a conversation on seeking permission, but like everything within the government, there is a procedure that needs to be followed.
If you're a boat owner and you want to do some work on a boat, just come into MIT, let's have a discussion, right? And it starts with a discussion, and we are not beasts. We will accommodate you, and we have been doing that to many boat owners in the past. So just come in, let's have a chat, and let's see how we can, resolve the issue in the best way possible. Because what I've seen there again, I've seen that whatever they use to pull up the boat, they kind of destroyed part of the land, and that is not what we want. Yes, we want you we want to accommodate you, but at the same time, it must be in a proper manner, a manner that will not destroy the grounds in the lagoon. So we are urging boat owners to just come and have a chat with us. We are a welcoming people. We love to interact. That's who MIT is.
For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
Now, GBN's investigation of claims of an increase in bus fare has revealed that the fare is not new. Information reaching GBN indicated that the bus fare for people traveling from St. David to St. George was recently increased from $5 to $6.50. President of the Eastern Main Road Bus Transport Association, Pius Simon, said that the bus fare which is being charged is not an increase, but a reflection of what the true charge has been since 2007.
It isn't an increase in the bus price. The thing about it is the bus price has been that way since 2007. It just happened that we have not been taking the correct price for quite a while. However, due to the circumstances with the high cost of parts and other maintenance for the buses, we have to now take the correct price in order for our business to sustain itself.
All right, so Simon said the lower bus fare was being charged because members of the bus association understood that it was a financial challenge for some people at the time. He said there has been little to no backlash from commuters using the bus system since the current bus fare was enforced 2 months ago.
Most of them have been. There are times, the only problem we have had is that some of them were unaware. But we have a price list which we got laminated. Most of us got it laminated. And once we show it to them, they cooperate with us.
This is Network News. We're live from the Grenadian capital. Still to come from us, the RGPF seeking the public's assistance in locating 2 teenage boys. Stay with us.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Your new GrenLeg bill is even easier to read and still has all the valuable information you need to track and manage your usage.
Hey Mom, okay, your friendly tech support is here. So you got the new GrenLeg bill? Let's take a look. The new bill makes it even easier to see your bill total, the due date, and much more. And take a closer look. It actually is a lot easier to understand. Let me show you. You can still see exactly what the charges are for, but in a great new format, it even shows how the cost of generating and delivering the electricity to you is calculated using your actual usage. Anyway, look who says hi, and see you soon.
Your new GrenLeg bill, easier to understand and easier to track your usage.
There is a fire that rages in all of us, a deep desire to be the best that we can be. And sometimes that fire finds expression in words.
Who do you think you are? Angela Davis? Winnie Mandela?
Daddy, whether you like it or not, a new generation has arrived. We are here and we have come with a vision.
You sure is not television all you come with?
The Fire to Dance, a new exciting full-length drama, written and directed by Chris DeRiggs and presented by Heritage Theatre. Opening Saturday 16th September at Grenada Trade Center and running for 2 weekends, 7 p.m. nightly with a star-studded cast.
Come with me, Sophie. We have worlds to conquer.
Come out and feel the fire in the Fire to Dance, starting September 16th. Don't miss it. This ad is sponsored by the National Lotteries Authority, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Get ready for the ultimate football showdown as Grenada takes on Suriname in the much-anticipated CONCACAF Nations League. Join the excitement on Friday, September 8th at the Karani James Athletics Stadium. Secure your pavilion seats at just $30 or secondary stands for $20. School students, grab your seats in the secondary stand for $10. And remember, kids under 12 are absolutely free. Tickets available from Chucky's Bar, Grenadian Optical, Heather's Boutique, Shy's Bar, Victoria, Kelly's Hotspot, Guav, Calico Shopping Center, Sates, and GoToVet.com. Come see Grenada battle. Be there to witness history. Friday, September 8th at 7 p.m. Kirani James Athletics Stadium. Be part of the action. Be part of the pride.
Is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more. With Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Transform your life with Arise's suite of loan products. Own your own vehicle, education, land, or home, and anchor your roots. Start living the life you deserve by applying for an Own Your Own loan at reduced interest rates. Simplify your life and consolidate all your debts by applying for a Simplify loan and open doors to new beginnings and explore more opportunities to shape your future. Call or send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987 or email us at loans@arisecu.com today to continue your journey towards financial freedom. Terms and conditions apply. Arise Credit Union. Your financial freedom. Your future.
The Court Store Home Event is happening now. Get up to 30% off select furniture, appliances, and electronics. Save on bedroom, dining room, living room sets, 55-inch smart TVs, and more. Get what you want today with no cash and pay later with Court-ready finance. Plus, stay protected for up to 4 years with Super Shield extended warranty. Don't miss the Court's Home Event, bringing value home. Promotion runs 25th August to 23rd September 2023. Conditions apply.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Rebecca Television Center, the Royal Grenada Police Force is seeking the assistance of the public in its search for 2 teenagers who were reported missing in 2 separate incidents. This is what we can tell you. 16-year-old Davenel Celestine, a student who resides on the Caranair St. George, left his home on Sunday, September 3, 2023, and has not returned since. He is approximately 5 feet 8 inches in height, medium build, and dark brown in complexion with black hair. Also reported missing is 16-year-old Marvin Mapson, a student of Westerhall St. David. He is approximately 5 feet 3 inches in height and described as having bold eyes. He's slim built and brown in complexion with short black hair. He also left his residence on Sunday, September 3, 2023, and has not returned since. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of the missing teenagers should contact the Grenville Police Station 442-7224, St. David's Police Station 444-6224, Central Police Station 440-2244, Police Emergency 911, Police Hotline 444-1958, or the nearest police station. History is the lived experiences of our ancestors and how they managed their realities. The words of Dr. Nicole Dow, author of the newly introduced textbook, Junior History of Grenada.
While the location of the event in its historical space is important, it should never overshadow the how, the why, and the impact. History, as the Prime Minister told us, is not the regurgitation of dates. Teachers, I encourage you to be innovative and creative. Get out of.
According to the author, the book is meant to encourage outdoor activities and get students to have a greater appreciation of their history.
The book has examples of sites to visit and fun activities to do with your students. The aim is to get your students to love history, to understand their past, and to make linkages with the present and the future. It's very interactive with brilliant photos that highlight historical places, spaces, and people. Topics range from the Columbian Exchange, legacy of our ancestors, reparations, businesses of the 1920s to the 1960s, early banking facilities, telecommunications infrastructure, the contributions made by Grenadians in World War I and II, social development, health and education in the post-1983 era, cultural expressions, sports, and Grenadians on the international stage.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell said he hopes the accomplishment by Dr. Dow inspires other aspiring authors to begin documenting Grenada's history.
That enhancing our students' achievement is paramount. And it requires us not just to ensure that our citizens have an academic appreciation of our history, but more importantly, that we instill in them a sense of nationalism, patriotism, and Grenadian pride. And that, perhaps more than anything, is the single most important reason for ensuring that our history is documented, for ensuring our history is taught, and more importantly, for ensuring that our history is lived.
The story to report: Grenada's oldest fort, Fort George, is currently under construction. It is being upgraded to a state-of-the-art tourist site on island. Minister for Tourism, Lennox Andrews, gave an update on the site during the last sitting of the House of Representatives.
Rehabilitation of the Fort George, and that project has started. It is in full swing. Good. We are going to, at the end of it all, make Fort George into a major tourism attractant site. Good. And just for the explanation, we have to demolish about 17 buildings. We have already demolished 6. Of course, I must say the contract has been awarded to a Colombian company, and that company is working locally with a local company, which is Sunrise. So we have already demolished 17. We have 6. We have to demolish around 17 buildings on the fort. We have done so for 6, and we have rebuilt 3. Good. In doing that, we want to maintain a lot of the history that has taken place on the fort.
Fort George was established by the French in 1705 and stands at the center of the St. George's skyline. A plaque on the parade ground of the fort marks the spot where revolutionary leader Maurice Bishop was executed, which led to the U.S. invasion in 1983. The Met Office at Maurice Bishop International Airport has issued another heat advisory as Grenada experiences its 9th consecutive day of temperatures above 31.7 degrees Celsius. These temperatures are expected to continue throughout the week. The public is being reminded to avoid excessive sun exposure, use sunscreen, wear hats and sunglasses to protect against harmful UV rays, stay hydrated, and keep cool. It's very hot outside. A colorful tree is at the end of GBN eyesore lens. Stay with us.
A good eye catches all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Our
citizen journalist featured in this evening's Eyesore is admiring the rainbow eucalyptus tree at Black Forest in St. George. Better known as a rainbow tree because of the colors displayed along the trunk, this tree typically matures to a height of 200 feet or taller. As the rainbow eucalyptus shed its bark, it reveals a neon green inner layer. Over time, as this layer is exposed to air, it ages into different colors: bright red, orange, blue, pink, and purple. The different colors appear as different layers fall off, while other exposed areas begin aging. This process creates a spectacular visual. We thank our ISO reporter for this majestic submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Still ahead in Network News, Grenada and the rest of the region prepared to transition to green energy. We'll talk about that. The news will continue when we return.
I've been here doing nails since 2017. Me being self-employed, I have realized that paying the NIS benefits me now and even when I retire. By the time I'm 65, I will be receiving contributions back from NIS. So I benefit because I'm self-employed. Anything can happen. If anything happens to you while you're at work, you've got a bad cold, you have the COVID, you have dengue, we have all these diseases that's plaguing us at the moment. NIS will be giving you back some form of money when you're ill. So I would encourage all small business persons to sign up with NIS now.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grand Anne, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium.
As the effects of climate change continue to be felt across the region, Caribbean governments have signaled their intent to transition to green energy. Regional experts weighed in on this topic in the September 2023 edition of the Central Bank of Barbados' Caribbean Economic Forum. Raquel Moses, Chief Executive Officer of Caribbean Climate Smart Accelerator, said hydroelectric energy, a form of renewable energy that uses the power of moving water to generate electricity, is one of the main areas of focus.
Green energy is any energy that is manufactured from a renewable source. So it could mean things like solar, which people are really familiar with, wind. It could mean things like waste to energy. It can also mean things like hydro and geothermal. And so most people wouldn't know that hydro is probably the most popular source of renewable energy being used globally. But what it could mean for us is a complete change in the way our economies function, not just on the domestic production of energy, but also on the ability that it could create for us for exporting energy in various forms.
Dr. Gary Jackson, Executive Director of the Caribbean Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency, said the transition to renewable energy on a regional level requires significant cooperation from all governments.
Energy generated from natural resources, wind, solar, heat under the earth, which is geothermal. I think one of the things that we have to consider in the transition is that we need to trust each other. Trust is something that we have to consider very, very carefully, and taking stock of what we have. And it will require reconfiguration of our systems. It's not business as usual. So that is very critical, reconfiguration.
Before the break, Grenada's Minister for Foreign Affairs, Joseph Andal, met with Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi in Beijing on Wednesday. Here's what we can tell you. Minister Andal acknowledged China as a great ancient civilization with remarkable achievements, which has always respected and treated Grenada fairly and provided valuable support to the country's economic development and improvement of its citizens' livelihoods. Minister Andal reaffirmed Grenada's position on the One China policy and pledged to be a reliable friend of China. He said Grenada appreciates China's role as a responsible major country in upholding justice in international affairs, sharing development achievements with countries in the global south. He underscored Grenada's willingness to actively participate in a series of important global initiatives proposed by China. The Chinese Foreign Minister described Grenada as an important country in the Caribbean and a friendly partner of China. He said both sides have always respected each other and their bilateral relations have become more mature since the resumption of diplomatic ties. Wang Yi said China appreciates Grenada's adherence to the One China principle, respects Grenada's sovereignty, independence and territorial integrity, supports Grenada in exploring a development path suited to its own national conditions, and stands ready to work with Grenada to open up new prospects for bilateral cooperation. He emphasized that China is willing to work with all parties to build a high-quality Belt and Road, as well as share opportunities, development, and prosperity. As an ex-officio member of the Global South, he said China will continue to stand on the side of developing countries, as well as safeguard the legitimate rights and interests of developing countries, especially small and medium-sized countries, and defend international fairness and justice. We invite you to stay with us. We'll be back to report the sports news, followed by Around the Globe.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway, and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Good evening, sporting fans. Grenada will be well represented by a 21-man squad for the opening match of the 2023-2024 CONCACAF Nations League against Suriname on Friday from 7 p.m. at the Karani James Athletic Stadium. The two teams' last encounter took place in the Caribbean Cup on September 8, 2006, resulting in a 1-0 victory in favor of Suriname. Head coach Terry Connor is confident, believing that Team Grenada will rewrite history this time around. The squad is a blend of local talent and overseas-based players, with a total of 13 homegrown players representing Grenada. The new additions to the squad bring fresh energy and international experience. Jermaine Francis, who plays for Chelmsford City FC in the UK, Jacob Bedore, a player at English professional club Morecambe FC, and Darius Johnson, joining from FC Volendam in the Netherlands, will don the Grenadian jersey for the very first time. However, the likes of Jamal Ray-Charles and Roma Frank, the lone goal scorer for Grenada in the 2021 Gold Cup, were not named in the squad. As the team prepares to compete in the top tier of the CONCACAF Nations League, known as League A, the goal remains to maintain their hard-earned status. Grenada was drawn in Group B alongside Jamaica, Suriname, Honduras, Haiti, and Cuba. Trinbago Knight Riders earned a valuable win as they defeated Barbados Royals by 42 runs in the 2023 Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League. Barbados Royals won the toss and chose to field first. However, Nicholas Puran scored a fantastic century as the Knight Riders posted a sizable total of 208 for 6 after 20 overs. The Royals were unable to chase down that total despite a valiant 70 from Kyle Myers as the spin bowling of Wagga Salamkeel and Akil Hussein played a crucial role in restricting the Royals to 166 for 7 after 20 overs. The win means Trinbago Knight Riders now have 9 points as they look to qualify for the playoff leg of the 2023 Republic Bank CPL. Trinidad and Tobago's senior men's football team is gearing up for the Nations League against Curacao, and coach Angus Eve wants to focus on the game. Eve recently came in for criticism from retired midfielder Kevin Molyneux, but the head coach says he holds no grudge. More in this report.
The national men's team coach says the team was selected with the future of TNT's football in mind. The former national footballer says it's also important for the team to get a positive result against Curacao at home on Thursday before they travel to El Salvador for a much tougher environment.
The home games are the ones that you want to try to win, and it will do world of confidence for these young players who, we've now put in our faith in.
The team has had to deal with a sudden retirement of midfielder Kevin Molyneux. Someone Eve says the team will definitely miss.
We had one player who said he wanted to resign from football. A massive loss for Trinidad and Tobago. Kevin Molyneux has been a stalwart for Trinidad and Tobago football for a long time.
He adds that Molyneux, who has also been critical of him, is entitled to his own opinion, and that the situation proved to be an unnecessary distraction for his team.
For these guys, I've been in the game for a very long time as a player and now as a coach. But when you have these young players and they're trying to focus on winning a game for their country.
All right, that's the sports news for now. First off, in Guyana, the Commission of Inquiry has rejected the request from the lawyer representing the team in the Madia Dom fire to grant a stay of proceedings until the completion of the criminal matters against his client. Attorney at Law Dexter Todd has indicated that he will be moving to the High Court. More details in this report.
Attorney at Law Dexter Todd, who is representing a 15-year-old who was slapped with 20 charges in relation to the Madia dormitory fire, has indicated that he will be moving to the High Court since he does not believe that based on the response from the Commission of Inquiry, there will be any further clarification in relation to the procedure.
Communicated what the response was to the client and the family, and they have given us specific instructions to proceed. So in light of that, we are in the process of completing a court matter, a court documents.
He reiterated that his request for a stay of proceedings was made in a bid to ensure that justice is served. He clarified that his intention was never to stop the COI indefinitely from doing its work.
To have some form of understanding as to the time frame when they are going to do their work, as opposed when the court is going to complete a preliminary inquiry.
The lawyer noted that there are some conflicts, and the COI has not assured him that those conflicts can be addressed in an amicable and fair way, and therefore he will be heading to the High Court. On September 2, Todd wrote to the COI requesting a stay of proceedings until the completion of the criminal proceedings against his client. However, on September 5, the Secretary of the COI, Javed Shadiq, reportedly rejected the lawyer's request and made it clear that the Commission would continue their work. On August 10, 3 persons were sworn in as members of the Commission of Inquiry, tasked with conducting an investigation into the tragedy.
Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Motley has warned that doing nothing or not doing enough on climate change is hurting countries as it knows no borders. She told fellow leaders attending the ongoing Africa Climate Summit 2023, hosted by the African Union, that the world is not moving at the pace or scope necessary to tackle the environmental decline to secure the planet.
We can continue to talk amongst each other, seeking perfection or even casting blame, while the world literally burns. Or we can choose to transform our future. We can choose to shape it. To do so, we've said all along, we need to take action now, and at the pace and the scope that matters. And why with such urgency? We now live in a world of superlatives. I call it the season of superlatives, the hottest, the rainiest, the warmest. Everything is breaking new barriers and new records for the Guinness Book of World Records. And yet every day we continue to do nothing or enough as we see the impacts of the climate crisis. We need to stop talking and we need to do.
In a virtual address, Prime Minister Motley noted that the climate crisis has devastating life and death consequences for the poor and vulnerable who come from countries that have not caused it. As she promoted the Bridgetown Initiative, Prime Minister Motley said it's an action plan intended to make the world a better place.
Only because we live in a world where capitalism and money dominate so much that unless we unlock the financing mechanisms, we're not going to be able to take the necessary action at scale and with speed. At its core, the Bridgetown Initiative sets out how we can rebuild the international financial architecture to be fit for purpose, so that countries like ours and yours are no longer disadvantaged by systems that were not built with us in mind when they were established. Now is the time to do what needs to be done. There's no other word.
Prime Minister Motley wants leaders to work together to bring about change now. Further afield, with schools starting on Thursday, New York City public schools have detailed plans to handle the influx of asylum-seeking children. The rest of the details in this report.
New York Republicans demanding Governor Hochul call a special session to address the more than 100,000 asylum seekers who have arrived in the city since last year.
It's taxing our social services, it's taxing our law enforcement, and it's certainly taxing our citizens in our communities.
Barclay wants accountability on how federal funds are used, the state's right to shelter law redefined, and a mandatory registry for all asylum seekers receiving state services. With New York City gearing up for the start of the school year on Thursday, Schools Chancellor David Banks tells CBS 2 the city has enrolled 1,000 additional students this summer and 20,000 since last summer. But since he says the pandemic saw 120,000 school kids move away, the numbers aren't the concern.
The problem that we have is that because of where they are in these temporary shelters, they're limited to the number of schools that we're really able to send them. So some schools have seen a little bit more overcrowding.
Children of asylum seekers have 30 days to undergo a physical and be vaccinated, or at minimum have scheduled an appointment to be vaccinated. But unlike every other public school student, they will be allowed to start class unvaccinated.
Stay with us. We'll remind you of the headlines right after this. This is GBN. A reminder of the headlines. Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Andy Williams, says Molyneux project needed redesigning. Grenadians reflect on Hurricane Ivan 19 years later. Eastern Main Road Bus Transport Association president says current bus fare is not new. Unauthorized boats to be removed from the lagoon. Also in the news, regionally, lawyer for teen in Madia Dom Fa in Guyana to move to High Court. Internationally, New York City schools planning for influx of migrant students. Plus in the sports news, CONCACAF Nations League action in Grenada. We look forward to it all. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, on GBN, Grenada Broadcasting Network, Facebook page, and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. That's all from us in the newsroom for now. Have a good night.